What's up, y'all? How we doing? It's your boy. We back. Yeah, we're back to the daily, not daily. Whoa, not daily at all. We're back to the car vlog vibes, things, all those stuffs plural. I didn't even know it was a thing. Stuffs plural, huh? Interesting. We're back though. Yeah, I just kind of, so I had this thought a few days ago, like two days ago, I think it was. And I just kind of wanted to voice this to y'all. Like, just like I said, the main thing I got with y'all is honesty and transparency. That's all your boy can really bring. I know there's a ton of people out there more wise than me and that have more biblical knowledge and all of this cool stuff. So I'm just like, hey, this is what we got. This is what we're gonna go over and what we're gonna talk about. And that's all I got for you, you know. But yeah, so a few days ago, I was at this theme park, Busch Gardens. It's in Tampa. It was actually the coldest day in Tampa since my goodness, I'm getting blinded right now. Since, I think 1892 or something. It was like 38 degrees, which is not crazy cold. Now for me being a Floridian, that is freezing, by the way. But, it was like, I don't know, I think, yeah, 38 degrees. So it was freezing. Regardless, that doesn't even matter. That's not the point. But we're at this theme park, Busch Gardens. And I won't get too into detail, but these things kept popping up around me and reminding me of something I don't have right now in my life. The reason I'm not getting too into detail is because this is just something that was very recent. But it reminded me of the things I don't have right now in my life. And specifically one thing, but ultimately it led me down this rabbit hole. And I've realized I've been going down this rabbit hole a lot in other categories. Of things that I don't have currently in my life. And I was looking at these situations that were presenting themselves. Like I said, I'm trying to be really broad because I want to share this with y'all without, like, you know. I was looking at these situations and I was comparing. And I was saying, bro, like, man, if I only had this, or if this only worked out, or if I could point to this. And, like, even in other categories of my life, I found myself recently, like, really struggling with that comparison, looking at people, because I want to do ministry ultimately, looking at people in ministry and being like, man, they're here at this age and they're able to do this, and I'm sitting here in college at the University of Florida, which is probably changing coming up. I think I'm gonna transfer to SEU. But I'm looking at all these things and I realized how much I was dwelling specifically on this one thing of, man, I want this so bad and I don't have it. And I came to this question in my mind, and I guess it's a thought to pose to y'all too. I don't know what y'all, oh my goodness, bro's got a motorcycle for real. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I guess this question to pose to y'all that I kind of ended up having to, like, think about myself was, is he enough? And ultimately, right, the obvious response to that is yes, of course, Christ is enough. Like, what he did for me on the cross and the way that he paid the payment I couldn't pay and changed my life. There is nothing that comes close to that. And I will follow him to the end of my days, no matter what the circumstances are. Yes, ultimately the answer to that is yes. Are my actions, is my life reflecting the answer to that question being yes? And as I'm sitting here realizing that I'm dwelling on all these things I don't have, and specifically this one thing that I was struggling with in that moment, I'm like, man, is that really what my life looks like right now? Is that answer genuinely a yes? Like, am I content? Am I okay if what I was struggling with in that moment, never getting that? Am I content and okay if these people that are in ministry at 24, that didn't happen for me until 40? Like, am I strictly and solely content in the gospel? Is that where my hope and my joy and my life source is at? Because if it's in anything else, and if it's in these things that God has blessed me with from a worldly perspective to hopefully pursue and have, my goodness, that is so blinding, to hopefully pursue and have sometime in the future, but right now I don't have, if my contentment, if my hope and my joy and my satisfaction is found in anything else other than Christ, I'll always be left unfulfilled and cooked. And I just got hit with that, and it was so deep, and I was like, bro, Hayden, answer this for yourself honestly. Is he enough for you right now? Can you be okay if that, fill in the blank, whatever that is, and honestly for me right now it's 15 different things, if those things never come, if you're banking on them and it never follows through. It never happens for all these little things or big things. Is he enough? Was that sacrifice, was that word to Telestai that was spoken out that meant it is finished, when them nails went through them hands, and when them nails went through them feet, and that crown of thorns was placed on his head, and he had to lift up to breathe every single time and put thorns through his back, and when they had whipped him, and when they had beat him, and when they had mocked him, and when he chose to stay on that cross and continue to go through all of that pain and suffering just to where I could be made right in the sight of the Father, and when that curtain was split into that curtain was split in dose, right? When all these things happened, and Romans 5:6 became a reality. I just always quote that. This is such a weird shadow right now. When Romans 5:6 became a reality, when we were utterly helpless, Christ came at just the right time and died for us sinners. And then Romans 8:1 became the new reality, that there is therefore now no condemnation for all those found in Christ Jesus because of what he did, right? Was that enough? And I encourage you and challenge you to analyze that in your own life. It's okay to want things. It's okay to seek things out in life. It's okay to want a relationship, to want new friends. It's okay to desire community. It's okay to want good finances, good health. It's okay to have career goals. It's okay to want good grades if you're in school. It's okay to have aspirations and desires and goals in life. But are you okay if none of those get met? And the only thing that gets met is the fact that you ran into the man on the middle cross. Is that enough for you? And I really have had to wrestle with that recently, because there are so many things, relationship-wise, college-wise, ministry-wise, finances, just overall goals in general in my life that I'm analyzing right now, and I want so badly. But is Christ enough? Or was that sacrifice about 2,000 years ago just pointless? Did it really mean what you say it means in your life? Because I should be able to look at it, and you should be able to be content no matter what's going on. Even though that's hard, even though that's a struggle. If my contentment, if my hope and my joy, if all of my eggs are in his basket, then when things and circumstances and areas of my life that I want to be good aren't, I should still be okay. I should still be content. I should still be joyful and satisfied. Because all of that, like I said, is found in him, not in anything else. And I was wrestling with that at Busch Gardens, sitting here cooked half the time waiting in line when it's 38 degrees in Tampa for no reason. Why is it 38 degrees in Tampa? That should never happen. But yeah, it just kind of made me realize that, like, that is where I should find my hope. That is where I should find my joy, and not realize it. I already know that. That's where I need to continue to do that at. And it kind of pointed out some areas in my life that I wasn't finding that full contentment and hope in. Because I promise you, I've done it myself, and I've seen so many people close to me do it. If you look for joy and satisfaction and fulfillment in anything other than him, you will be left drained and empty. There is no one like him. I promise you. Them nail-scarred hands, they did a lot, right? Them nail-scarred feet, they did a lot. Their crown of thorns right here, right? It was worth something. It meant something, and he did it for you. And if you put all your hope and all your love and all your trust and all your eggs in his basket, you will always, always be satisfied, because he offers living water, and every other well that you could run to in this whole world promises water and actually is empty. And that's why you always have to return. That's why you always have to seek all these other wells, but none of them have water. There's only one with water, and it's his. And it's actually living water, and it satisfies, and you don't have to come and continually drink and drink and drink and drink and drink. It leaves you satisfied with one sip, because there's nothing like meeting this king of the universe. There's nothing like running in to this carpenter from 2,000 years ago. Because it's almost like he died and then decided to breathe 3 days later. So yeah, let him be the contentment that you're looking for and longing for, and let yourself find it solely in him, because I promise you that's the only place you can find it anyways. And yeah, analyze your life, look at it. I definitely, until I was put around people and situations where they had the thing I wanted, I didn't realize how much I was trying to find contentment in wanting that, because it wasn't at the forefront of my mind. But right once I got put in situations where I was around people that had what I wanted, I started realizing how much of my satisfaction I was trying to put in something that wasn't Christ. So yeah, I encourage y'all with that. Only you're only ever going to find satisfaction and contentment and joy in him anyways. So why not go ahead and put all your eggs in his basket? Why not go ahead and sell out for him anyways instead of putting in all this other stuff that's going to fade away? Because like Ecclesiastes says, it's all meaningless anyways. Nah, I'm kidding. but yeah, so seek out the King of the universe. Man, them first 4 books in the New Testament, them things counted for you. The gospel, the good news, the fact that he decided to die to make us right with him and fulfill a payment that we could not fulfill, that we could not pay, to make us right in the eyes of the Father. And now when the Father looks at us, he sees his Son's righteousness, and we have the opportunity to come to him. Ephesians 3:12, because of Christ and our faith in him, we can now come boldly and confidently into God's presence, like we have been made right in his sight. And that alone is where we should find contentment, where we should find joy, where we should find satisfaction, and where we should find rest. Because all these other places, all these other options, they overpromise and they underdeliver. But Jesus overpromises and then overdelivers of what he even promised, because he is better than we could ever imagine. He is more awesome than we could ever fathom. Whatever the words mean for all these things, he is those times 25. And there's no one like him. I can promise you that from personal experience. There ain't no one like this guy. And I need that reminder too, even though I know it. So yeah, I hope that can encourage you. I struggle with these things too. I struggle with finding contentment in other things instead of him, and then I end up not being satisfied. Or I struggle seeking contentment when I know that it's only going to work out if I seek it with him. So I struggle. I'm just as broken as the next person. I just met someone who could pick up all my little pieces and put them back together. Even though I like to re-break myself a lot, I met someone who will always pick up those pieces. So yeah, I encourage you to just find it in him, solely in him, because that's the only place you'll ever find it anyways, like I've said 15 times now. I'm reiterating this because I realize how much I struggle with it, and this is something that's very fresh for me. Like 2 days ago, I realized how much I was struggling with this. And it's something I've had to say to myself, like, bro, you are only going to find satisfaction and contentment in him. Is he enough? And if he's not, why is he not enough for you? Figure that out, because he should be. Because that payment was paid in full. And now you should be able to be content in him. So it's something I've been telling myself. That's why I'm saying it over and over and over and over again right now in this video. Because, man, it's really easy to fall into those traps. But, yeah, so I encourage y'all with that. I hope that, worst case, if that does nothing for you, that you can at least see that, hey, your boy ain't perfect, and I struggle with things just like the next person does. And as Christians, we are going to struggle. But it's okay. He died so we can struggle through following him and not get lightning bolted from the throne. Because his throne is a throne of grace. That's what Hebrews talks about. So yeah, now I'm just yapping at this point. But thank y'all for listening. I hope that can encourage y'all in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, I love y'all. Hope my vulnerability always does something. So, man, the sun has been crazy here too. It's about, hold on, I just want y'all to see how bright this is about to be. 3, 2, 1. Look at this. Gosh, oh my goodness. Holy, blinding. Wow. Yeah. But all that to say, sorry, now I'm just yapping. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. If I don't post before then, be thankful. All the good things. There's a lot of things to be thankful for. And if you have nothing else to be thankful for, there's someone that died for you that's jealous for your heart, and he wants you. That's a whole nother message for a whole nother time. All the things, all the places, all the people, all the stuff, all the things. Peace out, Rainbow Trout. Also, what do you think about the stash? I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but yeah, that's all I got.